The furry fandom is one of the most creative spaces you can be in, with so many different artists who use their art and being a furry as a way of creative expression, especially with music, which feels incredibly underrated in this space. Still, you'll see many furries make all sorts of music in a variety of different genres, but surprisingly, one genre that seems to be underrepresented in this fandom is hip hop. So today, we're going to interview a hip hop artist who I've been fond of for years, Jaylaflame.
Motherfucking slip, yeah, I just stuck fuck. I've been rich, yeah, I be my king shit. I ain't never fuck with these peers, yeah, I'm a superstar. They just speak my praise, yeah, cause when you look at me, you just see heaven, yeah, I don't even try hard, so don't try me, bitch. I'm just living my life.
Just like before, we'll be asking questions regarding their musical aspirations, how they've impacted the community, their Fursona, the recent project, their future projects, and many more questions throughout this interview. But before we begin, we must ask, who is Jaylaflame? Jaylaflame is a hip-hop artist who's performed at so many different conventions with the music collective / label Magic Rec. They've made tons of projects over the years, with many of them being produced by Black Magic. All have this fun hip-hop sound, with some of them having this spacey vibe to them with fun storytelling elements. They've released a project over this year called Only Us Never Them that feels a bit different, with it having this hype, explosive atmosphere that never slows down, making the experience extraordinarily fun. Now let's go ahead and get started with this interview. Yeah, no, I absolutely love your Fursona and the way that, the drip that they got. Yeah, you said the artist was Nobody?
Yeah, Nobody.
Okay.
Also known as No One, the Canine.
What was the inspiration for your Fursona?
I mean, I would say the inspiration, I'm actually right next to the person who drew it, if you want to ask them.
Oh.
You know,
Oh, I took inspiration from a really cool wolf that I saw.
Nice. Yeah, it's so dope. Absolutely, I'm obsessed with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate.
yeah, you know, like I said, it's a wolf. I love my canine species, and you know, it just resonates. It resonates with me. That's my dog for real.
As I've went through your discography, I've been following your music since 2021, and a couple of your projects feature very heavy influences from the Star Fox games. I was curious to know, how much of an influence Star Fox has had on your journey through being a furry and your music.
I mean, growing up playing Star Fox on Nintendo 64, just it's definitely paved the way of, I would say, my journey just being in the anthro community, furry community, even with dealing with Magic, we've been heavily into that genre of games, and we like to tell our stories with our interests, with another interest, which would be music, and that blend of music and video games, you just can't go wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the storytelling you guys had throughout, the couple of projects that had the very heavy Star Fox influence. Y'all even had short little interludes and skits in them, and that was a ton of fun. Yeah, it seems like you guys are building some kind of story throughout it.
Oh, even the one that's really just our lives personified, started with Government Fire Red Galaxy. Yeah, that was, that's something that's in the works we're gonna bring back up. But video games definitely, I guess, being a nerd core, anti-core, definitely bring life and inspiration to our music.
And going throughout your whole discography, it seems like you found your own style, and you've done a ton of other styles, but one specific style that I see you do with your other partner Magic, you guys call it Zakor. Would you like to describe what Zakor is?
Zakor, it's that gas. I mean, ain't nothing better than that Za, right? So
yeah, it's absolutely great. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just absolutely love the way you guys blend your style together. It just really works.
It's something that we're a student of music first, before, we're never a master. We're always learning this craft we do. And as as us learning music, finding different inspirations, finding different things that we want to attack. You might hear a lot of different like Memphis influence in our music. So that's another thing that that brings to that Zakor.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk about your recent project that you released this year. And I've listened to it, and it seems like you're really like finding your style, and it's really great. Would you like to talk about your process through making this project?
Yeah, Only Us, Never Them dropped on my birthday, January 12th. Really, the process was, I chose the best collection of songs I've had, in the vault in the last 2 or 3 years. That's why I could genuinely say this is my best work. It's my most mature work, my most confident work as an artist. The process really was, working with Magic. We wanted to hone in on the Memphis style. Someone told Magic, Nonstop Pup to be exact, that since we're very alternative, I don't want to say genre hop, but we have a lot of different interests music wise, right? So, but this project, I wanted it to be Memphis focused and really like show people I can do in our Zakor, the trap element, and I think I hit it home. It's very melodic, it's heavy hitting. There's some tracks that are you can feel what I'm saying. It resonates with people. And then all in all, it's just it's a project. It's a good time.
And you talk about how it's a great time, and the album has so many like hype moments. It leads me to the next topic I want to get into, which is you performing your music live. It seems like you're able to create such an such an awesome atmosphere for the the furries that you perform for, and just in general. Would you like to talk about your experience performing live for others and like how you get into the zone?
Well, the reason my music translates so well to the live performance aspect is because when I'm creating the music, I'm thinking about how I'm going to perform, right? So with that being said, the feeling I get, or the feeling I would say the crowd, the people that come to the shows, to the conventions to see me perform, you're just feeding off of how I was feeling in that moment when I was creating these songs. And then that gives me the energy to give you even more energy. So it's just it's an equivalent exchange. And I feel like in rap, that's like, no, not even I know that's a lost art when people come and perform, right? It's like they're just trying to get a check. No, I'm here to give you the best show possible. So you can go tell somebody, Jaylaflame, yo, you got to go see Jaylaflame. You got to go do this because, I love music, and this is not just something I'm trying to get a check for. Like, of course you want to get paid, but this is something because I love the craft of being a musician, creating music, and putting on the best show possible.
So I want to, talk about the community that you've been able to curate over the years. And I wanted to talk about like you and all the other collaborators you've had, and who are your favorite people to collaborate with?
My favorite people to collaborate with are Black Magic, Fly to the Night, Hidama, formerly known as Pseudonormy. Those are my favorite people to collaborate with. One, they're my family. These are my best friends in life. I would say for me, it's hard to make art with people you don't have a personal relationship with, right? So anybody you see me work with going forward, in the past, at a time we've had a relationship, and things run their course. But yeah, those are the three people I love to work with the most.
And would you like to talk about the music label / music collective, Magic Rec, and like what you guys have planned for the future, if you're allowed to talk about that?
I can get into some details. Magic Records for sure is going to be back at Furry Week in Atlanta. We'll be at FWA throwing Digifest. That's where Digifest started. We have something planned called a new party circuit thing we have called the Toonami Party. And then I can't give this too much info, but Sleazy Easy has another event they're going to be running and hosting, and that'll be the first, but you'll hear about it when they announce it at all. But yeah, it's more us at Magic Records is more music, and I think we found what we wanted to do with our events and how we want to curate them to the community.
And one of the elements in your music and just you personally in general is your gender identity, and I was curious if you wanted to like discuss that, because I find that to be an interesting topic that I can resonate with as someone who also identifies as that as well.
Yeah, of course. Us both being non-binary, it's definitely a self-discovery, right?
Yeah.
I would say me being in the furry fandom, first off, helped me discover just being queer. Understanding self-expression before I even knew what my identity was, right? And then finding out that I was non-binary, that that's just how I resonate, how I identify. Partner is non-binary. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm just the happiest I've ever been. And even on the last song of the project, Only Us Never Them, I talk about I had to love myself. I have to I can no longer just, I don't want to say hide, but I have to be real with who I am, and I've just been expressing.
Absolutely, and I definitely feel like I also agree in regards to how the furry community allows yourself to be able to discover who you really are through self-expression, and it's such a beautiful thing. Another topic I've also wanted to talk about is being a POC in the furry community, and like how much of an impact you've had in regards to that connection.
I mean, it's definitely been a uphill battle. I was literally the first BIPOC rapper to perform live in this space, and I could say really pushing just in general the new age of furry music to the forefront, right? Mm-hmm. And just how I look and how I present myself. I'm tall, black with dreads. I'm always getting told you're not the typical furry, or people, when I tell them I'm non-binary, they're just they're judging. It's a preconceived notion when we're in a space where you shouldn't, it's about self-expression. It's how you want to express yourself, as long as you're not harming anyone, harming animals, I should say, for some people, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
My thing is just, I wouldn't say I'm like some race ambassador or warrior. I don't want to be looked at that, but I do want to inspire people that are BIPOC, who do have different abilities and crafts, to just get out there, put yourself out there. If the time is now, you can't, if you have something you want to do, go for it, do it, express yourself, and everyone deserves to have some shine and people to appreciate what they put out to the world.
Absolutely. That's such an important message and really impactful message, considering, like you said, you're like a pioneer in regards to being a hip-hop artist in the furry community, and you're able to, like I said, curate such a bright and just an uplifting community filled with people who are into the same thing as you. Yeah, and like I said, it's just been such a beautiful thing to see, with Magic Rec and the block party stuff. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I have so much admiration for y'all. It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful.
Hey, I can say you doing your thing yourself. I can't forget when we used to be on the Discord calls, on me, Magic Aside, playing Call of Duty. You'd hop in, get musical questions, and then you were in school, and and you going hard on your content creation. So like,
Yeah.
for real, respect.
Thank you.
Respect on that.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And as I finally finished college, I'm like getting really into it now. Just using my platform to do whatever I want to do, and before I end up getting a real job and having to focus more on that. But overall, you people have inspired me to really do what I want to do, and I'm glad that I was able to like get this interview and be able to like thank you guys for helping me be able to I don't know, like get into it. I guess seeing y'all become hip hop artists in the furry community made me want to like I can do anything if they can do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, life is about taking calculated risk, and also usually things work out when you stick to them, right?
Yeah.
That's something I was told when I was younger. When I used to play sports, one of my mentors told me that, and at the time I didn't stick to that. It didn't work out.
Do you have any musical inspirations you would like to talk about? Like what kind of like artists and like what kind of music inspires you, or has taken influence on your own music and whatnot?
I would say some of the musical inspirations I have. See, that's an interesting question. Are you want to talk about now or just in general?
You could do like both, like in terms of like, in general, like what got you starting music in the first place, and like what kind of music you've been listening to now that's got you, making the type of music you make now.
Okay. What got me into music? I mean, music's just in my blood. As it said in the Ash Coyote documentary. It's part of my family. Like my dad was a classical musician. In his heyday, he used to travel the world, being in operas and stuff. What got me into specifically rap, I would say, is my older brother. He used to be, an inspiring artist. It didn't work out for him. Things, your path leads you into different direction. But I've always been like recording myself, and since I've been like in 5th grade, like just making songs. And he was my inspiration that got me into music, got me into rapping. That's that. And what got my inspirations now, what's influencing my music, I would say it's a lot of OG Mako. It's been Braxton Knight, Nas 56K. People don't know who those two are really, but those, are some of the SoundCloud OGs, that really inspired me, that showed that I could really do this music stuff. And it opened my ears to just different sounds and how to attack songs.
Anything else you wanna shout out?
Things I want to shout out. Shout out my team, Magic Records. I love them to death. I wouldn't be who I am without them. Shout out Magic specifically. That's been my bro since we've been in elementary school, and I wouldn't be who I am today specifically without him. Right. Mm-hmm. Then I also, want to hear something. I got some new things coming up in the works. As you can see, I just dropped the Only Us Never Them. Working on the sequel.
Ooh.
It's called Save the World.
Nice. Any type of style that you're going for, or like any kind of taste that you can give us?
All I can say is it's going to be a cinematic acid trip.
Ooh, I love to hear that.
And what I'm trying to do is music and the world is going in a shitty place. So I'm trying to bring what music was supposed to be, unite people. Mm-hmm. That's why it's called Save the World. It's going to be a project that's going to unite everyone, and I'm going to do it through sound, the universal language.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Whenever moments are rough and tough, the music is always fire. I gotta say that for sure. Before I end this video, I just want to thank Jaylaflame for being involved in this interview and everyone for watching it in the first place. If you want to see me interview another furry artist, then click on the thing that showed up on top of your screen, and also comment down below if there are any other artists you would like me to interview. Thanks for watching.